You are live.
Hey everybody! I don't think there's anybody on the stream yet, right?
Yeah, we'll just leave it.
No, that's fine.
We'll just keep doing what we're doing.
Where do we tell when people actually do join us?
It'll say on the YouTube channel whether or not we have viewers.
I'm in. It looks
so
like there's
we can
someone other than
so
me.
we can just start talking and invite people to comment on things. I gotta go scoot over. Oh, a little bit. Yeah, there we go. You good? Yep. So hello everybody. What's up? Mr. Twister. Yeah, it's okay. Jake. We're about to launch our pre-launch, I guess.
Yep.
Our pre-launch campaign on Indiegogo. I'm finishing up the wording. So I was super excited. And I got all the information and directions on how to complete this pre-launch campaign. Garrett has been busily editing and perfecting the images just perfect. And I was told, you know, here are the requirements. So I'm looking at the first paragraph, 300 CHARS. So obviously that's 300 words, right? No, 300 characters. I don't use Twitter. So I'm not really used to a character count. I'm used to a word count because I'm a writer. So we have word counts, not character counts. So I'm typing away. I spend the entire day making it perfect and awesome. And Kim's like, I think that's a little long. Like I highlighted. I'm like, no. It's 290 characters. We're fine. 290 words. We're just great. It's 290 characters, Aaron. Characters. So I've been spending the last 30 minutes trying to take 300 words down to 300 characters, and I'm hating life right now. What are these comments? We got Jake saying, hello, tech boomers. That is us. We are indeed tech boomers.
Man, ouch, that hurts.
My wife, for some reason, is watching this stream. You should be working, not watching this stream. You have work to do, young lady.
I mean, technically, you're like a really, really young Gen Xer, and I'm a really, really old millennial.
I'm a really old Gen Xer, and you're a really young.
No, I'm like the beginning of the millennial generation.
Right,
you're the end of the. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it. Yeah. So I was born at the end of Gen X, which would make me a really young Gen Xer.
Yep. And I'm I'm an elderly millennial.
Right. So now that we figured that out. Sub handler.
That makes sense.
He's got it down, man. He knows everything. Yeah, you did try to tag him and failed. You can always make a thread with 300 words. I can, yeah. Honestly, I'm just going to take what I wrote and repost it to our website because it's better than the description that's on there now. And then I'll link to the Indiegogo campaign, which looks like a mutilated version.
Also, you can leave comments in Indiegogo, is what you're saying, right? So the top, we could probably just pin the top comment on the campaign and
like, I'm top comment on my own campaign. Well, it's pre-launch. That's the problem.
Thank you.
It's pre-launch, and pre-launch doesn't get comments or anything to my knowledge. But then again, I'm a tech boomer, so I do not know.
I am drinking coffee tonight, by the way, so I'm trying to just ruin my life at the moment. I'll be up till like 6 in the morning now.
I spelled boomer wrong.
A boomer.
You hear that? You hear that? You're a boomer. You're a tech boomer. I mean,
you almost spelled boner. And you are that. You are kind of a boner.
What was it? What was it Mitch McConnell said?
I don't know.
That he incited the erection on the Capitol? Yeah.
No,
Donald Trump incited the erection. Yeah. It was great.
Just imagining Turtle Man saying that.
Amidst the struggle to rebuild, two global powers vie for control over what remains. As their war rages on, both sides race to create a technological key to lasting victory. Ultimate. That works. 15 words, no, characters to spare. So,
did you get all of the images that they sent through? I have
tech boners. We are at Global Frequency tech boners. Yep. I do have a boner for tech, but I'm also a bonehead when it comes to technology.
Oh, that's not what they're saying.
No, I have a boner for technology.
No, they're just calling you a stoner.
I'm just a technological boner. All right. I think this is done.
I mean, I guess they're calling me a boner too, but you know,
you're a boner.
I knew that. I went to art school.
At the bottom of the
art
page,
school is just dicks. That's all it is.
What was it you showed? Jared was over yesterday, and he was telling a story about how Garrett showed him this book, Gypsy, this graphic novel. Actually, it's funny because Gypsy is sort of the prototype, or like not the prototype, the
So it's Gypsy's an old book by the French publisher Daguerre.
I can't figure out the word for the archetype. Jeez, not prototype, archetype.
This is a fantastic little graphic novel. It's the publisher's Daguerre from France. The writer is Marini. The artist is Smolderin, and it's like gorgeous. It's big. It's thick. It's like a nice, absolutely nice read. And it's got some really freaking good art too. If you want to check some of that out. All about this book. And it's old too. I think it got released in 92. So I was thinking like it would just be nice to see our own book have kind of be as substantial as that.
Do you remember the Doge memes?
Yeah, of course.
Was it many much, or was it much many?
Oh, it's
I know it could kind of be whatever you want.
Yeah,
there's like a pattern to it.
I mean, it's
was
like
what?
It's such stuff. Many something.
That's what I thought.
Wow, like those are the things that go along with it.
Was it such many? Wow.
You should look at what Garrett sent you, or have Garrett show you the images that.
I don't care. Whatever he puts up is fine. Doge memes.
Well, no, because if you're writing,
I'm looking at memes.
Much robots, and it's not a picture of a robot, that doesn't work.
Although I do, most of the featured images are all three of the featured images are going to be robots.
I think we only have text for two.
That's fine. Then we'll do there. I mean, honestly, they're all sized to be the same. So gallery images could be featured images. Featured images could be gallery, vice versa. So
it was much many and such vary. Apparently, were the manys that go together.
What's the verdict on landscape versus portrait for the images? Are they all going to be portrait?
I believe they're all landscape.
They're all landscape, because so a lot of these I have I have them both. I have both portrait and landscape images, but they're all sized to be 12 by 80 or 1280 by 960, right? Anybody say anything? I can't read over there. I'm relying on.
Jake says beautiful album size. Then he said much money. It's like broken Yoda speak.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's the image description.
All right.
That's the description of your image.
You should probably
much robots, many action. Wow.
Sharing your screen or like telling more.
They can't see this screen because that's not my computer. This is your computer.
I know.
They're going to see the pre-launch when it goes up. Okay. They're going to get to go there.
Okay.
I'm just creating it. Can you come and finalize this and make sure? And if there's any more room, I would like to put this last little bit, but I don't think I have any more room. So here, this is yours. Get it away from me. Hello, my adoring public. Hello. No, adorable public. Aaron lusts for hardware, not firmware. Hey, I am firm for hardware, or hard for firmware. Actually, they both work pretty well, don't they?
Yeah, something like that.
Beautiful album size, much many. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so we already got these. It's like broken Yoda speak. So we have another person in the room. Don't be shy. State your name for the record. We'll welcome you as an alcoholic. I mean, comaholic. Comaholic? Yeah, comaholic.
At best, like caffeineaholic, right?
So the whole reason I brought up Gypsy is the archetype for our book. 60 pages, full color, 9 by 12, folio style. It was coming on the heels of Garrett talking about being in art school. So apparently there's a story that he was telling our friend Jared. Garrett got really drunk.
Which I don't remember this. So I must have been,
because you were really drunk.
Yeah, I must have been really, really drunk. So I have no recollection of it.
And he whipped out his gypsy and told Jared, look, it's got a dick in it. So he pulled out the art book. He pulled out the graphic novel.
It's a Euro comic. All Euro comics are just written by our, perverts and
so I mean
whatnot,
it thrills Garrett whenever he gets to look at or draw a dick.
Well, I went to art school.
That's because he's an art student.
See, when I tell that story, I feel like I'm being proud about it. I feel like you're just like making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. Oh, I don't need to type to you. I can talk to you. What am I doing?
I don't know, man.
Hello, Dave Hingley. Look, Euro dicks. Yeah, well, no, we're American dicks. Thank you very much. We live in America. You're a Nordic dick?
A Nordic. You missed that. Yeah. You it was right there.
He's Nordic. Yeah, I get it. Right. Oh, okay. I think the pre-launch, if you integrate the images, is ready now, right?
I'm reading it over, and then I'm
going to show you Garrett's screen on what he's working on. That right there is Ganbatar.
Nope.
I'm sorry. That right there is Batu Khan.
There we go.
And he's hopping out of his Gen 1 MAV. We're going to run a contest for what we should call it. No, we're not going to do that. We shouldn't do that because people are going to be like, Dick Monkey! And then we're going to be stuck with Dick Monkey.
You just gave them that.
Right.
So
I prefer Snow Cone, thanks. So, yeah, I haven't decided what this thing's called yet. We decided to add it to the beginning of the comic because it's cool and it'll serve a purpose later. But Batu Khan is kind of a leader of a small tribe of nomads on the steppe in Mongolia. And they're going to go rendezvous with their brethren at the blown out city of Ulaanbaatar. And so he's riding his Gen 1 MAV to get there. And so that's what Garrett's doing right now. I think this is page 2. He's back to do because we decided to turn the first 2 pages of the book into the first 5 pages of the book. Exciting, right? I know. We also decided to add like 9 pages at the end, which is why the page count is up to 60 now, ladies and gentlemen. That's 60 right. pages. I mean, that makes me super happy. Yeah. I was also thinking what we could do is we could take all of your old files that you've been doing, because I know you saved like a million.
I've got a lot.
You know, the original sketch files, like just the pencil and line work and stuff without the flats. And we could do a companion art book and then put in notes for all of the stuff that we changed. You know, like the really early versions, you know, like the original page with everybody throw that and be like, this is why we hate this.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to share that.
Well, I wanted to share the section of the pizza joke that we took out after Jake read it and he was like, I'm sure if it plays. And then I scrapped the entire page. I want to put that in there because I want to show people, look, it's okay to make mistakes and suck. That's what editors are for. Yeah. They will help you see that your jokes aren't funny and nobody likes you. Well, so take it out.
I don't know about not liking you part.
We've got some questions in the chat. Question for Aaron. Do you use 3D models for your mechs? No, I imagine them in my head, and then Garrett and I touch tips and figure out what they look like.
Yeah, no, it's just a whole bunch of just drawing like
we do get inspired from different places. We draw inspiration from different mech properties that we like both really love. Oh, here, I'll show you.
Personally, I've always been a big fan of Gundam.
This is one of my Warhammer minis.
Also, both of us have been playing Warhammer for a long time.
This is a broadside. It's from the Tau faction, and they suck in 10th edition. So these guys are just sitting on a shelf right now.
Well, it'd be interesting if we were in 10th edition. We're in 9th edition.
Wait, I'm waiting for 10th edition.
You haven't played 9th edition.
I have. In my head, played 9th edition.
In fact, you didn't even play 8th edition.
I lost horribly.
You didn't even play 8th edition.
That's not true. I played 1 game of 8th edition.
Did you?
Yeah, one game. I was Necrons because the Tau army's not finished. And I could play Necrons in 9th. They just got a whole revamp. Their codex was redone. They look pretty good. But yeah, Tau got the short end of the stick, or the long end of the stick, you know, really shoved in there deep. And so I haven't played my faction in a while. So yeah, I would love to use 3D models and do some rendering with the mechs. We actually might be, I don't want to give too much away, but we have some friends who are going through an interesting patch during the quarantine, and they operate this business out in Texas that does a whole lot of 3D printing. And so right now, if we put in a nice sized order with them, we get a very deep discount on some 3D printed models. So I was thinking, hey, let's get these things and make them a stretch goal, because you can never go wrong offering people plastic miniatures, right? People love plastic miniatures. I mean, Garrett likes plastic over resin, right? Resin breaks.
I have no problem with resin.
We've spoken before about this, though. Yeah, because you don't like
fine cast.
Fine cast. Okay,
so you're it's a whole different. That's a whole different thing from resin. Resin, if it's honestly, resin's just temperamental. Like, you got to make sure that you have a good resin caster. Because if you don't have a good resin caster, it's crap. You know, the werewolves I put together were all resin.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see over there. You probably can't in the broadcasts, but I was running a werewolf tabletop, short-lived werewolf tabletop, because the, you know, pandemic got to me, and I was like, screw this, I'm not running it anymore. I hate all of you.
That's not why.
That is totally why. That, and I got really busy with this stuff. Yeah. But Garrett made miniatures for it. Actually, originally we were getting people together to film it in person so that we could do our own, like, cut together 3-camera style Critical Role-esque video series on role playing. But then pandemic happened last year and that all fell apart, so we stopped doing it. Dave says, how about having like an Airfix kit for a stretch goal? What is an Airfix?
Airfix are old. That's like an old, like, 1/72 scale, like military miniature stuff, which would be awesome. I mean, that would be really dope.
Yeah. What size are you thinking?
I just you know, then we're talking about actually like building and tooling up you know, like clamshell pieces, because it'd be one thing to like actually just design the mech and have it be printed or cast in resin as a single piece. But if we're doing like a full-on military model, there's a lot of design work that I don't know. But if we found somebody, or if anybody out there knows somebody who actually designs like proper model kits,
actually playing with the 3D program that they use for Kingdom Death. You were just, I know you weren't like making your own stuff, but you were like spinning stuff around, being like, look at it, his armpit, it's articulated, or whatever. Remember when we were doing that? Or was that just pictures?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
When they were coming out, oh God, this was like a year ago. I think it was, maybe they released photos of one of the new models in the program, the sculpting program.
Yeah.
That they were using. Either you were playing with the sculpting program.
I've played around with Blender and stuff before, and like, you know, it's one of those things where I see the benefit of Blender. I've seen a lot of artists who use it to make really, really amazing settings and backgrounds. I've tried dabbling with it. It's learning another program, and you know, one of the dangers of starting to get old in age is that you have less and less patience to learn new programs. Yeah. So I haven't really played that around with Blender all that much.
My brain is no longer plastic, so I can't learn new things. This, Jake says, 3D print blueprint for a figure would be really cool.
Yeah,
absolutely cool.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the idea of just
coming up mech schematics.
Yeah, coming up with an STL seems like a way easier prospect than designing a proper, like, you know, a 1/72 scale kit that gets, you know, put together.
I'll just call up HeroForge and tell them to make me custom molds. Right. So no, apparently that's what they can do. Our friends down in Texas, they can either do large orders of like ready constructed, or they could probably put together a custom sculpt for us and we could just send that out as a stretch goal. Like if we get to X $1,000, this will just be given to everyone for free. And it would be really cool if we did that, because we could give it away with the PDF if we decide to do a PDF tier. So what do you guys think? I don't like PDFs. I just don't like them. The only time I buy a PDF is if I don't like the book and I either need to look at it to review it or need to have it so that I can, you know, reference it, but I don't have the physical copy. So I wasn't planning on doing a PDF only tier for the crowdfunder. However, shipping costs can be a bitch. So I understand why some people don't want to get a physical book and would rather just get a PDF. What is your opinion, gents and ladies and gents? Hey, Sideburns in the house. What time is it there for you? You stream at the oddest hours. It was like 4 a.m. for me the other night, and I saw your alert come up, and I was like, I would love to, but I can't. I'm sleeping.
Where's that? Where's this person at?
I don't know. I don't know where Sideburns is.
Sideburns, where you at?
Holy jeez. Look who it is. Addie is in the house.
Who's Addie?
Addie, my brother from another mother. He's at my wedding.
Oh,
Addie, yeah.
Oh, right on.
Addie, who Kim's was, it wasn't your sister. Who was it? Who?
Oh, no, it was my cousin.
It was your cousin.
Oh, God.
Kim's cousin is Kim's cousin said very inappropriate things to him at the wedding, which has become a fantastic story that has been repeated several times about how silly her cousin is. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past us to call them either. I don't know who we're calling. Honestly, I lost my train of thought. It
was so exciting to
yeah,
see Abby.
it was super exciting. I helped knock down a wall. Okay, that's good. We're all about breaking down barriers here. We don't have proper boundaries. Jones says that she misses your face.
Whose face?
I don't know. There's a Facebook alert, so it's probably for Kim, but it's on my computer. So
Are you logged into my face?
I don't log into things. They get logged into. I don't know any of your passwords. I don't know how any of this works. I don't know our credit card number by heart. You do.
Well, why don't you try reciting your credit card number aloud while on stream on the internet? See how that works.
So, Aaron,
Yeah. You wouldn't put it past me to call them. Yes, just call HeroForge and see if they'll make me custom molds. What's up?
you put some information in where it's talking about a video, but we don't have a video. So even though we didn't add a video,
that's a section I can't use.
yeah.
So we can't just like disable the video.
I'll show you what it
Can we use
looks like.
the text and just disable the video and have a no video there, but have the description? That would be awesome. It would give me a spot to use more characters because I hate being limited to characters, not words.
But it'll show up with that.
Oh, it's a rocket ship. All right, give me this. I gotta edit it. Oh, this is my favorite thing about pre-launch. I think you missed it earlier. I was telling Jake when he was on the stream. I'm a writer, so I go by word count. So when you give me a number in a line and say it needs this many these, I think words, and it's not words, it's characters. So I wrote 300 words, and I have to condense 300 words to 300 characters, which is like 40 words. And I hate life right now.
Also, I don't know why, but none of the images are uploading. Every time I do it, it says there was an error.
So none of the images are uploading, and none of my words are going to work. This is the best pre-launch stream ever. We are successful crowdfunders.
Well, you know.
But it doesn't say why. It just says an error has occurred.
Yes. The theme of our wedding was surprise.
That's the...
So this is the spot. I have to take this out completely or move it somewhere.
Yeah.
All right.
Why was it being surprised?
Ask him. I don't know. It was sprung on people at the last moment. I don't know. Addie, what do you mean that our wedding was a surprise? Tell Kimmy because she's confused now. I'm not going to have enough characters to write that.
You guys should probably keep talking because people are watching.
I have a really tough time talking and writing. Talking while Garrett's drawing, that I can do. But making words in my head while simultaneously making different words with my mouth, do you want to see me die on stream?
Not today.
So, would you mind taking over for me for 5 minutes?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit. Right. So right now I'm just working on this opening page. One of the things we were talking about for a while was, the opening of the comic was something that I started very early on. And as we kind of expanded our idea about what we wanted to do, the first pages I drew just didn't hold up. It was a really short transition. It didn't really give a whole lot of background. And we didn't have enough robots early in the book. We waited till I think it was page 16 till you really saw your first glorious shot of a giant robot. So I realized that what we could do is we could learn more about the refugees, kind of do some storytelling of their trip to the city of Ulaanbaatar, and show off some scavenged MAVRICS that they had put together and were using. And that way, you immediately get some robots early on. You get to see a difference between, a older piece of war gear versus what our elite soldiers end up flying or piloting later on. And it's also the potential to introduce some expendables into the series, which is a good thing for when we have action sequences. Because honestly, more robots to blow up is a good thing than not, right? So I kind of redrew some of the early pages, and now I'm kind of just slowly working through that process of getting it all colored and whatnot. I probably don't work in the most efficient way for my coloring, but it's good enough for what I like to do and what I like to achieve. I try to give myself a lot of flats, and then I try to work in as a single watercolor layer that I just go back and forth on, and that usually achieves a pretty good look, because I don't like things looking too clean. I kind of like a little bit of a messy painterly look, but at the same time, if you go too messy and too painterly, you can't tell what the hell you're looking at. So that can always be a tough thing. But this guy right here is actually one of the two leaders of our group of refugees. This is Batukan. And the other guy that he works alongside, I don't know if they're cousins or if we really establish what the relation is, but there's Gambatar, who's kind of the overall leader of the steppe people who are trying to flee from the unification. And Gambatar is pretty cool because he's got a giant tiger fur
just show him. Sneak peek.
I'll show him.
Sneak peek for the 5 people in the.
Don't tell me it. No.
He doesn't listen to me.
I just don't feel like opening up another page, and I'm working on this one right now.
I guess that's fair. It's not fair.
We're gonna have plenty of content to look at while streaming. We don't necessarily need to be doing it all tonight.
That's fair, but you could just give him a simple shot of Gambatar.
Oh my god, you need to stop.
I do. I have a problem. A big problem. Problem right now is copy editing this. Because hotkeys don't work on the website.
On a side note, today was also extra stressful because
Garrett got a shot in the eye.
yeah, so hopefully the internet doesn't mind hearing about sharp things in your eyes.
Creepypasta time. Story time.
Once a month, I go into the eye doctor to actually get an injection directly into my eyeball, which helps prevent further bleeding. Which is fun, but you know, it's the alternative is going blind. So I'm glad they're there instead.
Missing these chats here. So
I can't read.
Supreme. No, it wasn't. I know you can't read. It's okay. I'm just gonna skip what my wife says because Supreme. Yep. He meant Supreme like the clothing brand, love.
Well, I meant Supreme like
Pro Postal dude, right? You. Garrett is recreating the Dead Space 2 opening every month. Did you play Dead Space?
I didn't.
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
I play a lot of tabletop games, and I play a lot of like RPGs and Warhammer and miniature stuff. But I generally don't touch video games anymore.
He does it why open?
I love
occasionally.
I love video games.
And
I just don't
play like for a long time and then just never finish.
I got rid of my video game system just because it was like a drag on my productivity. So I got rid of it.
Smart. Let me be a drag.
Aaron does all of the
being a drag on the productivity.
Wow, nah. Just all the video gaming for the two of us.
What, kid?
So I get to hear about his exploits, and that's good enough, right?
I hate your mouse. Can I tell you I hate your mouse?
So what's the Dead Space reference?
What's your question?
I was just gonna read you more of the chat. I don't know how to answer the Dead Space thing.
What is it? What does it say? Kim can't play games.
I used to.
She's terrible.
No, it's not that I'm terrible. It's that I get motion sick.
She gets terribly sick. That's what I meant.
So anyhow, Kimmy, you were saying, thank you.
Annie says, instead of Hero Forge, what about custom Lego fits?
That would be interesting, but I don't know if you got here after I was saying we have a couple people we know down in Texas who had a rough go of the pandemic. They have a gaming store museum combo, and so they're trying to bounce back and are giving a good, really, really deep discount to us if we want to order like a bulk order of plastic 3D printed miniatures. And I was definitely considering it for a stretch goal for the campaign that if we hit X amount, I'll just send out minis. Jake suggested we do the SPL file. What is it? STL file.
What's STL stand for? I don't know. If somebody knows what STL stands for, let me know.
Super textured layout.
Yeah,
I'm making stuff up. I make up acronyms.
But yeah, right? but you can just have someone sculpt it in Blender and come up with that, and that ought to be a much.
And then we were saying we could send that out with the PDF if we do a PDF tier, which gets me back to the whole: do we want to do PDFs, people? Just PDFs.
Jake has.
No, I mean like in addition to the rest of the campaign, but a PDF tier. What?
Jake has an honest question to everyone.
Okay.
Who is the anchor to your productivity?
Anchor
as in keeping yourself concentrated.
That would probably be Kimmy, but not the way you think. Kimmy nags me about it, and I get angry. And when I get angry, I work to spite her. Because she's going, you need to get this thing done. And I go, oh, yeah? Well, watch me. I'm going to get it done. And then you won't be able to say anything. And then it actually gets done. So she is the anchor, just not in a, copacetic way. It is productive, I guess. No, you don't nag. I do tell you to remind me. And when you cordially, kindly remind me, I get angry. I get storm off. And yeah,
but
despite you. I think I copy pasted everything in the individual fields into a Word doc to save, just in case not you, but the upload screws up.
Yeah. It's funny because I did that into a email.
Well, it's in a Word doc.
I don't necessarily know if I have an anchor for my productivity. I think I'm still a work in progress of trying to find a best practice for it. It's I mean, honestly, like being a creative person and remaining productive is a lifetime struggle, man. I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for that.
Oh, it's the Doomsday guy. What? Hey! We have not started without you. We started talking without you, but the campaign is not live because I am a fool. I'm a fool. And
oh, by the way, Peter, thank you for following me on Instagram. I need to one of my my New Year's resolutions is to actually post more on there. And it's exciting to see that I've got people watching. So maybe actually getting back to productivity. That's probably maybe one of the better things is just putting yourself out there, because then when you have other people that are holding you accountable, it helps out, right?
You might want to consider joining Peter's Discord or the AAA Creators Discord, because one of the things they do on there are daily draw prompts.
Discord is not something that I can handle yet.
Okay. It's just post your art daily.
Yeah, I understand, but you know, it's another.
I'm on there because I don't have to post anything because I don't do art.
Message boards and things like that, and just like messengers in general stress me the fuck out. So, excuse my language.
It's okay. Nobody's watching us. Everyone who's watching us is an adult. We don't have any children watching us. My nephew Josh isn't in the stream. What do we got here? Jake says, Peter Palmiotti, I hear you got a donation. Oh my goodness. Peter Palmiotti says, was that you, Jake Twister? And Jake Twister says, I know the guy. He's a real piece of work. And in the midst of that, Addie says, in other words, Aaron is Aaron's anchor. I'm my own anchor because people make me be an anchor by providing me ground to dig onto, I guess. Because, you know, I get angry and hook things, maybe. Peter thought I was funny. No, he wasn't responding to me. He was responding to Jake. All right. So once again, we're going to go into our exciting pre-launch today. I don't know what the countdown is on that. Hun?
Still the images will not upload. It keeps saying error.
Why don't we close the page? Which is why I took all of the language off and posted it to a new document individually. Close the page, reopen the page, create a new launch page, and then enter the text in the fields and drop the images in. That would be my suggestion. I can't do that because I'm stuck here entertaining people that matter.
Is that what you're doing?
Which is, you know, not Kim. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing. I guess that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm rambling on.
Does anybody in the chat, have they ever had that happen where
has anyone in the chat who has done a Kickstarter had the pre-launch page decide that it hates you and doesn't want to let you pre-launch your campaign because it doesn't want to see you succeed in life and wants instead for you to hang yourself by the time you turn 40?
Is it having a problem with the fact that they're JPEGs? Is that what it is?
I don't know. It just says an error has occurred. Try again later.
That's it, right? That's your dude. That's your Insta at Dyer_Radiant.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Hey, I did something right. Look at me.
Or are you pimping me out on there?
Jake is pimping you out. I'm just giving him your information for free.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Jake is great. You know, amongst the people that are in the chat, you know,
now I have more incentive, you know, or account. I have to post.
Accountability.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't have accountability. I have to.
It's true. I pay you, and I don't hold you accountable. That's good relationship. We did the art for this, and we just kind of, you know, like schedule. What schedule? No, honestly, we can partially blame our editor, right? We can partially blame Jake Thomas.
Zero blame goes to him.
No, not blame as in like why we don't get things done. Blame as in like, well, you know, we waited for a week while
We waited for his notes.
That's not even funny. You can't even.
Then we waited
No.
to fix the script that he's told me to fix.
How long did it take me to convince you that we needed an editor?
I knew we needed an editor. What you tried to convince me of was who to get.
Okay.
And I started off with going to Greg Pak. And then Greg Pak brought us to Alejandro.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alejandro brought us to Jake. So I did my work of trying to find somebody. And an editor was a very good idea. We got Jake Thomas, in case you didn't know. His name will be on the book. Well, we're also working with Travis Gibb. I don't know if any of y'all know who that is, but he just did Cthulhu Invades Oz on Kickstarter. And he's going to be doing a 4-page mini comic for our campaign, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be Kickstarter exclusive or not. I haven't decided yet. I think it would be really cool for other people to get a chance to read that, especially because the Indiegogo crowd might wind up backing this more than the Kickstarter crowd. We'll see. I think we get more love on Indiegogo from people that like our projects and, like what we do. But we probably are actually launching the campaign first on Kickstarter. The pre-launch is definitely going up on Indiegogo first because Indiegogo lets you be in pre-launch for up to 6 months and Kickstarter only gives you 30 days. So if we wanted to pre-launch for Kickstarter, we would have to be ready to run this campaign a month from now and then fulfill within the allotted time frame. Instead, we're going to pre-launch on Indiegogo, go talk to people on their shows and do all the cool, socializing stuff that I'm great at online and terrible at in person. And then probably run the Kickstarter somewhere in there before we run the Indiegogo campaign. But the Indiegogo campaign is going to get a bunch of exclusives that those tools over at Kickstarter won't get. I'll probably give them 1 or 2 that you guys won't get. So
I wonder why.
Why I'm terrible in person?
No. I wonder why I get more love from Indiegogo because that's where I spend my time, and I call Kickstarter tools. How about you change your tune there, and maybe it'll work out.
So those very lovely people over at Kickstarter who are all gonna back our campaign because I know them all so well. We're going to get better totals? I don't know.
You just decided not to listen to what I said whatsoever.
The only way that I talk to people in the Kickstarter community is through Twitter, and I'm scared of Twitter. I hate Twitter. Twitter terrifies me. It's easier to do this, but, nobody from the Kickstarter side of things has ever come onto YouTube to talk to us.
Okay.
So until that happens, I'm talking exclusively to the online crowd that funds stuff on Indiegogo on YouTube. Jake says, sorry, but it led me to a Stan account.
He thought it was Twitter.
No joke. No, that's his, that's not his Twitter. That's his Instagram. Garrett doesn't do Twitter and he very rarely does Facebook. Editors are effective people. They are.
Yes.
They're efficient people too.
More love for editors, man.
I'm troubleshooting the images and I'm doing my best.
What's troubleshooting? What
I'm
trouble are you?
Indiegogo support page.
What trouble are you shooting? You're on their support page?
Yeah.
Do they have like live chat?
No, but
for
they
people?
have troubleshooting for your images.
Great.
So that's where
So
we are right
we'll
now.
see if Indiegogo manages to help, stem the tide of blood loss here, time loss, so that we can actually be like, hey, look, here's the campaign. We're presenting it to you. Yay, which is what we wanted to do. So what is the campaign for? I haven't been paying attention. That's okay, Addie. It's for MAVRICS, the comic series. It's a 60-page, full-color, 9 by 12-inch graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard about it, actually. We've been developing it for a while, so I think you're familiar with at least the very initial rough first round that of storytelling that I did for it. You might have been around for the first draft, maybe the pre-draft. The draft that I wrote with Julie and and Ross, or when Julian and Ross were over and made me, like, they tied me to the table, so I had to finish the draft and wouldn't let me go until it was done. Julian's very good at that. He'll sit there and like smack you until you're done doing stuff. But yeah, unfortunately, Ross moved to California, and I haven't seen Julian forever, so it's taken a while to get this version done.
Have you heard anything from Ross?
Yeah, he's got a kid. He's doing great.
Yeah?
He's the cutest little boy.
He's on Facebook. Yeah, plenty on Facebook. But I don't do social media, so that's why. I really only, talk to people in person.
The last time I saw him was when we went out to California for the wedding.
Right. And then we went to Sonoma, and Sonoma's really, really cool. I like it. They have terrible pizza, though. At least someone's hard at work besides Garrett. Oh, Peter burning me. That's true. That's true. I don't work hard to entertain you people on this stream. Good old Cat of Nine bleeding blood on the typewriter is always fun. Yes, except it was the computer. And funny thing, this was back before I was using, before there was like cloud storage. I am that old. And I used to use an external hard drive, but when I wrote this draft, I wrote it and saved it to the laptop. And then all of that blood from the Cat of Nine Tails got into the keyboard and ruined that computer. And I lost the first draft of MAVRICS entirely. It was like, it was a really long script. And then I rewrote it. And I did the first draft and read it to Garrett and Warren and Vinny, I think. And we all took turns doing like the different voices. And Garrett liked it. And I was like, hey, you want to draw this? And he was like, yeah, I'll draw this. And so that was, I don't know how many years ago. And we've been working on it ever since.
Well, actually, it was I wanted to draw it before you wrote that.
Garrett's actually been a fan of my work for quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw his comic book, the
Haphazards,
yeah. which was great, and I knew I wanted him to draw for me. One day, maybe Garrett will finish it because it is a superhero book, and if we're successful crowdfunding, maybe we could bring the Haphazards to life in physical print.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be really awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
You and Rob wrote that and drew that together. It'd be really great to like bring Rob into crowdfunding and be like, haha, now you have to do stuff and finish the book. So Frank Salazar says, hey guys, just finished making the Captain Goggles coloring page for the digital bundle available on Ko-Fi.
Nice.
That's great.
Congratulations.
I would love to see a coloring page. So I have I subscribed to Captain Goggles' Ko-Fi, and as a result, I got this really cool paper craft version of Captain Goggles and Masked Woman. And so I'm going to have Kim put them together because I don't do work. I mean, I'm not good at arts and crafts. And then I'm going to see if I can fit them onto one of these two shelves in the background. And it'll be a cameo appearance from Captain Goggles and the Masked Woman on our next show. We got that. We got that. We got that. Jake says, I don't start taking work seriously unless the editor threatens to make my nipples to pepperoni pieces, and suddenly I dig in the keyboard. That's understandable. If you have nipples big enough to be pepperoni pieces, you might want to see a doctor. No, I don't know. I was going with that joke.
Okay. I have questions.
Dukes of Haphazards.
I need someone.
They don't have a really cool car. One of them has a rocket suit, though, so it appealed to me. What? You need something to what? Oh, wow. Whoa, wait. Hey, slow down.
Wait. Let me go. So this is the banner.
Yep.
I'm sorry, everybody. You're not going to get to see it.
You'll see it on the pre-launch page.
Give me a moment. That is the pre-launch card. That's just on like, the main
thumbnail.
page.
That's perfect. That's nice and
this
colorful.
Is one of the gallery images.
Okay.
Yep. This is also a gallery image.
Oh, what have you done? You gave away the shower scene?
Yeah, why not?
And so is that, unless
here, I'll share I'll share what I'm working on so you guys can see. So there we go.
These were the three that Garrett had for the feature.
So again, for
which one
those that have just joined, I'm still just working on that same page of Buttgun jumping out of his Mav, just doing some coloring.
Same as the
yes, let me see the other ones. That one is going to go. Which the one before that? Show me the one before that. That is going to go on the first one that talks about the team.
Yep.
On the mission.
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then this one is the exciting story. Blah blah blah. And then do you want just this one?
There we go. Excellent.
This one for the gallery, or do you want all three?
Garrett.
Yeah.
Do you want to put all three in the gallery or just one?
Well, two.
Two.
We could also put the other robot. We could put that in the gallery as well.
Yeah, put that one first in the gallery.
Okay.
Because that's the thumbnail, and
Right.
they deserve to see the whole page.
Yep.
Then give them the next one, that, right? Then give them the next page, the next actual comic page.
Okay.
And then give them that one to end on.
Okay.
All right. Getting closer, people. Getting closer. Almost there now. Pre-launch, super exciting. And all of you who sign up to the pre-launch are going to get a super awesome vinyl sticker exclusive to Indiegogo and totally free. And it'll be exclusive to the pre-launch too. We're not offering it as part of the main campaign. So exclusive to the Indiegogo pre-launch vinyl sticker. Not to be reissued, except maybe for money on our website at some date down the line, but certainly not in the crowdfunder. Hey, Frank, Peter got your package. I sent the coloring page to you. How did you send it to me? Did you send it to me in my email? I hope so, because you don't know the location of my secret lair.
What is this then?
So in case you didn't know, when I'm not on Global Frequency, I have my own YouTube account.
Yeah.
And I socialize with people on YouTube with my own account, which is Nefarious.
Okay.
And Nefarious is the arch nemesis of Captain Goggles. And I was just...
Please don't encourage Aaron to be a supervillain. He's so close to it already. He doesn't need more encouragement.
Garrett actually said, it was a year ago. It was honestly before pandemic. He said I was one bad day away from becoming a supervillain.
It's true.
And then we had a year's worth of bad days. Just one after the next. So it might be too late to go back.
No.
Take it easy on that bean soup. Jake wants you to know. Take it easy on the bean soup.
The bean soup.
Bean soup, yeah.
I think you've been feeding beans to your dog because he's just farting away over here and it's not fun.
Jojo. So I don't know if you guys have seen Jojo, Garrett's pup. We're gonna have to put some pictures of that.
Is he really smelly right now? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Kim.
That's okay.
This is like being live in the studio. That's what it is. By the way, we did an episode on Marvel's King in Black. And it took us 2 days to film this episode because I could not keep it together. One time I had too much coffee, and the other, it was hopeless. So instead of the regular King in Black, Coffee and Comics episode, you guys are going to get a blooper reel first because it's going to be a lot simpler to edit together all of the outtakes than it is the actual episode with all of the foreground art and stuff that I needed to do. So when we do the videos, I usually take photos of the art individually, but when I'm doing mainstream comics, they don't photograph well. So I'll be using Comixology images, but you still have to download those, then crop them, Photoshop them, and then import them into Adobe Premiere Pro to use them as title cards behind which you can do your voiceover. And we have 6 plus 11 plus 10. So then 27 title cards that had to be made. And then I have to, actually put in the audio behind it. And it's going to be a real pain in the butt. So I'm just going to give you a video of me acting like an idiot and Garrett suffering to put up with me, which is honestly, I think it's pretty funny, but I amuse myself more than I use other people. So we'll see. It's my channel. I'll do what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, but he'd win if it was a vigilante street fight. Mr. Nefarious is a coward. He's craven. He stalks you from the shadows and annoys you by, sending things to your house and stuff. He's actually a rather pathetic supervillain. I don't know if he would actually be a good character to feature in the pages of a comic or anything. Although I did talk to Kami Mark about being in the pages of Not Daredevil. He has a tier reward on his ongoing crowdfunder, which you can go back right now. There's 9 days left on Indiegogo for Not Daredevil, the greatest character ever. I think I don't know if that's what the title of the crowdfunder is, but he's got a tier where you can be in the book. You can have your face photoshopped into the book as a villain, and I was considering it, but then he told me what the villains do, and I decided against it. Probably.
Oh yeah.
They're lynching somebody. So I was like, God. I don't think I can put my face on someone who's lynching someone. He was like, but they're not racist. They're lynching a white dude. So I was like, I still don't think I could manage to, live that one down. I was thinking Professor Nefarious, but I'm not a doctor. I was actually on Ichthy's show, Ichthy 5, for all of you who know or don't know who he is. He actually runs his own Discord too. And I was in my supervillain alter ego, and he was saying that, since I'm not qualified to be a doctor, maybe I could be a veterinarian. So he makes fun of Nefarious for being Nefarious the veterinarian. But little does he know, I do have an evil plan to pose as a veterinarian and steal all of the puppies in the world. So he won't be laughing when I unfold my master design and steal all of the joy. Global frequency can be a tool for villainy. That's why I have an alter ego as a supervillain. Global frequency will only be a force for good. I will be a good person helping to attain, a semblance of normalcy and happiness, and making cool comics, bringing people together and enhancing the community through global frequency on this channel.
Yes.
And on my own personal channel, I will be an evil tard that just goes out of his way to be nonsensical.
Would lose her head.
White is a race. I think it is. Yeah. So technically he would be racist.
If you click on
There's some argument online. I think that white people can't be racist, but I don't want to engage in politics. Certainly not on this channel. Well, leave me a comment on my Nefarious channel, and we can get into the political discussions. Okay. Much happier to do that. Fix those. So, Peter says, as long as you stay away from my cats. I of course will not go near your cats, Peter. That would be crossing the line.
Information, but
guys, watch this.
No, do not.
I wasn't going to show you. I was going to show the conference over there while you're trying to figure out what to do.
Now you can show it.
Trying to figure out
what. I'm hiding behind.
Please.
They're ruining my fun. They're not letting me be a little tool or a twerp.
I did my workout like 20 minutes before.
Oh, I'm letting you be a twerp all on your own.
My hair's a mess. Do not.
I'm not. I'm just readjusting the camera. Oh my God. I'm not a supervillain right now. I'll be the supervillain later. Right now, I'm being a good person. Stop being so bad. Productive.
Your badness level is too high.
Well, just for that, I'm going to add Garrett's camera to the screen. You guys can see he's staring at the ceiling. No, I kicked you off. No, you're back on.
All right. So
we're having some formatting issues.
Garrett and Kimmy are formatting. That's what they're calling it these days, kids.
Campaign images. Card image should be square. Pitch image should be a landscape size. 695 by 460. Let me write that down actually, because that's what I actually need the
dimensions.
The dimensions on. Thank you.
So apparently there are even more restrictions on the images that you can upload to a Kickstarter or to a Indiegogo pre-launch.
They're not restrictions. It's just
they tell you the size of, was it 1280 by whatever pixels, but then when you upload something of that size, it
tells you that it doesn't want that. Oh, it crops it. Size. So we need to reduce it in size to
that
a
we get the
proper.
And you can't like move.
So you actually need to reduce the resolution.
Garrett has to redo the image and send it back to me. There's no way to like, you can't select which part of the image is showing. It's just
that happens to me a lot in my avatars for use online on Discord. Like the the side of the avatar is removed. Same thing on Twitter when we use the global frequency avatar, the G gets sliced off, but there's a lot more white on the far side. And I would love to like recenter it, but it won't do that for me. Evil chiropractor. Yeah. Did you guys hear the pops when I did that? I don't know. Could be an evil chiropractor. But once again, he'd be a doctor, and he can't be Dr. Nefarious. It's overdone. There's a Dr. Nefario in Despicable Me.
I love him.
I know. I love him too. He's great. He invents a fart gun because he, has a hearing problem, and he hears fart gun instead of dart gun. And I think it's amazing. That whole movie was wonderful. I love that movie. But yeah, I can't be Dr. Nefarious.
Squishy, I could die.
Professor Nefarious was a thought, but professors are also doctors. You can't get away from it. Even dentists are doctors. Good night, Dave. It was nice having you stop by.
All right, let me
come on, join us next time and check out the pre-launch page if it ever
goes
up.
Struggle with technology, right?
Right.
Us tech boomers.
Yep, we are tech boomers.
Gen X, though. Well,
very young Gen X, apparently.
We'll see if you want
little Jojo. Jojo, do you want to say hi to everybody? You guys want to see Garrett's dog? Do you guys want to see Garrett's dog?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You want to come here?
He's a puppy.
Oh yeah.
Who's a doggy?
Okay.
Who's a doggy?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's the Jojo.
Oh, buddy. Who's that? Say hello.
It does look very good. So it'll be awesome in a few moments when we have all the things.
So Kimmy, I don't know if you heard her, says that everything will be awesome in a few minutes when we have the kinks worked out. Personally, I like keeping it kinky, but when it comes to a pre-launch page, we can't do that. We have to work those kinks out.
You just can't. Anytime the double entendres, that you cannot help yourself.
Me with double entendres, you with puns. Okay. All right, that's just the way that it is.
Yeah,
like you try to turn everything into a pun,
but that's just me being clever.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's
just being dirty.
Yeah, dirty, clever.
Yeah.
Yes, that was definitely Puppy.
Kimmy, what were the names of the images?
I am not a dog person, or I didn't used to be a dog person until Garrett got a dog, and then he got the best dog. And of course, if I were to get a dog, it wouldn't be as good as Garrett dogs. So
Feature one was having problems.
Getting a dog now, but
what else
I love Jojo. He's a wonderful pup. He's over here all the time. And when he was a puppy, he ate my furniture, and I got really mad. But I got over it, and I didn't take it out on him.
No, it's okay.
Even though I have anger issues.
And Gallery 1.
Feature 1 and Gallery 1 are giving problems. Okay.
And the banner was hero image banner 16 by 9.
Yep. And that needs to change to the different size.
It'll be a good campaign if it ever gets done. I'm confident of that, ladies and gents. It will be good. People will like it. And
maybe we'll stream a little bit late tonight and just make sure that
we're already going late. It's 8:03. We're 3 minutes over.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right, everybody, goodbye. No, I'm kidding. Get off the stream over. No, I think we will stay on the stream until it actually launches, and then I'll send out email notifications or post links or whatever to the people who weren't here or who did want to know, or to you guys if you got to bail out, because we usually only stream for an hour. We've been trying to keep it to that smaller format.
And it was the hero banner 16 by 9 was the one that was giving problems. Okay, cool.
That's a good one. That is a good one. Nefarious Esquire. I like the way that sounds. Although I have to scrub the first letter and middle initial from it. It'll just be Mr. Nefarious Esquire. He's a lawyer. It makes perfect sense. He's just evil. Evil lawyer.
Esquire.
Supervillain. Yeah, Esquire. Yeah. Be a lawyer. That'll be my secret identity for my supervillain alter ego. I like it. Supervillain alter ego. Secret identity is a lawyer. Lawyer. He's
or like a fucking lawyer,
or like an IRS agent.
Right.
One of the two. Keep talking, she says. Keep talking. My eye itches.
What are you doing after this? You playing some more Cyberpunk, or what's going on?
I haven't played Cyberpunk in days.
No.
It has been legit days, much days since I played. When was the last time, Kim? Do you remember? I've been going to bed at a normal hour.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, normal's like 2. I've been going to bed at like 11, but staying in bed until 2 and falling asleep around then. So the only thing that I really did play was my dumb app game that I love.
Actually, it's not. No.
You sent me a pic in my DMs. All right. I'll check that later. And no, Azur Lane is not dumb. I love Azur Lane. I'm a weeb. And Garrett watches JoJo, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so he's a weeb too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not really. He's too cool to be a weeb. He's beyond the weebish. Those of us that are. So what you're looking at right now is going to be the.
Oh, you're sharing this?
Your screen has been up here the whole time.
No, it hasn't.
It has. We were just like this. Smaller.
No. We were like that before.
We were like this at one point, but we were like this earlier.
Okay.
And then we were like that. And then we were like this. And then we went go here.
Which part Garrett's working on?
So these are pages from later in the book. This is the full reveal of the MAVRICS.
This is the squad. The squad 6.
Yeah, this is them walking out to the massive drop ship that brings them to the conflict zone. And then the banner for the page for the pre-launch, and one of the interior comic pages of the squad getting ready in the locker room.
And there's the other one, the one of Gombatar that you shared.
Yeah, this one I'm actually working on, right?
Yeah.
This one's not done yet,
right.
But it's getting there.
But you're sharing that image in the campaign.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right now I'm just trying to reformat these so that when they're on the pre-launch page, they're displaying correctly. Because I was hoping to be able to show them in profile, but it looks like they just want
Bill
them
S. Preston
in
and Ted Theodore Logan,
and they just want them in some kind of
I love how he's a
landscape.
self-proclaimed Esquire. That was so great. Bill S. Preston, Esquire. Dude, you need to go to law school or be a professor of literature, don't you?
No.
To be an Esquire? Yeah, you do. You totally do. But Bill was able to get away with it because he was.
I think Esquire. I think Esquire just means you're a landowner, doesn't it?
We're gonna look that up now.
I think like that's the traditional.
Used for lawyers. A member of the English gentry ranking below a knight, a candidate for knighthood serving as a shield bearer, used as a. Oh, that is straight up. No, that says Esquire there. All right, you know what? I'm going to Wikipedia. Screw this. In the United Kingdom, Esquire, historically, it was a title of respect accorded to men of higher social rank, particularly members of the landed gentry, which is what Garrett was saying. Yep. But in 1862, William Blackstone reiterated that the title should be limited to those who bear an office of trust under the crown and who are styled esquires by the king in their commissions and appointments, and all I conceive who are once honored by the king with. Not even I would write this verbosely. Dang, William Blackstone, you need an editor. By the 20th century, it became used as a general courtesy title for any man in a formal setting, usually as a suffix to his name, as in Todd Smith, Esquire, with no precise significance. So I guess that's how Bill got away with it. In the United Kingdom today, it is still occasionally used as a written style of address. In the United States, however, Esquire is mostly used to denote a lawyer in a departure from traditional use and is irrespective of gender. In letters, a lawyer is customarily addressed adding the suffix Esquire, abbreviated Esq, pronounced preceded by a comma after the lawyer's full name. So it generally is lawyers. But then again, in The Hobbit, Bilbo Baggins was an Esquire, right? But was he a lawyer, Kim? Trivia time! Do any of you know? Was Bilbo Baggins a lawyer? I did that. You don't think lawyers, hobbits had lawyers?
No, I'm sure the Shire was probably just ruled over by aldermen. They probably had some kind of common law, but I doubt they actually had a learned law class. Now we're talking about Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings
nerding
system.
Yeah. Just speculating about Lord of the Rings.
Man, we're such dweebs.
I'm just saying, if you know the
actually, if you think about it this way, then the Shire would have been presided over by a council of aldermen.
All right, yeah, exactly. No, stop. fuck you making fun of me. I'm just saying it's a Shire, right? So you'd probably have a Shire reeve. So there'd be some kind of local lord appointed to the. I'm not talking about that.
I'm right there with you, Pete. They had like what? Breakfast. They had 11sies. They had lunch. They had dinner, supper. I don't know. They had a whole bunch of different times of the day in which they ate. So I can't imagine they got a whole lot done. But if there was
breakfast is my favorite breakfast.
second breakfast, right? It's breakfast, then second breakfast, then 11sies, then lunch.
Can't forget 11sies.
Yep, there was land law. Jake Twister is right. He said the hobbits did have a yard auction of items, so there would have to be land law.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a point. You're a dweeb too. One of us. One of us. Peter, how are the cats? Cat's good. I brushed my cat today. She was not a happy cat. She loves being brushed when she wants to be brushed, not when I want to brush her when she needs to be brushed. So she'll come up and like rub against my leg and get cat hair on me and stuff. And when I like, oh, you need a brushing, she won't want to be brushed. But when she does want to be brushed, she'll just kind of like lay in front of me and, you know, bother me. And then I'll get the brush and I'll start brushing her and then she'll run away. I can't with cats, man. I love them. I love them to death. Kimmy is deathly allergic. And in my old age, I'm losing my patience for things. Kim wants to have a baby though. So that'll be interesting. I can't be patient with a cat. How am I going to be patient with a child? No, we'll find out, won't we? What did you do with the other screen?
I stopped sharing it because I was need to focus on this real quick.
This is Garrett's focus face.
Yeah.
That's my insulation in my ceiling. Do you guys know that if you finish a basement, if you hang drop ceiling and whatnot, it technically qualifies as another room in your house, which raises your property tax? That's ridiculous, isn't it? I didn't know that. A good thing that I didn't finish the basement yet. I don't know what I'm doing here. There we go. You're gone now. Garrett painted the wall because I don't work. I don't do anything. I am useless. I am a lump. I play make-believe in my head, and occasionally I write down vague descriptions about what goes on in there, and Garrett draws them. It's a pretty good relationship. I'm only trusting it that Peter Jackson did the Hobbit 3 ending right, as I've only seen the last 40 minutes. So Jake Twister's only seen the last 40 minutes of Hobbit 3, I guess the third movie in the Hobbit series. I stopped watching really. Like I think I watched them on television in the background while eating Cheerios and playing video games or something. Like I watched the Lord of the Rings. They were great. The Hobbit 1 came out and I was like, eh. And then I just kind of fell off and watched them.
They just released the anniversary edition
proxy.
of the illustrated.
Yeah, me neither. I know, right? All insulation in the US, if it's not spray insulation, is this weird pink fiberglass stuff. And it works really, really well, but it's uniformly pink. I don't know if that's just a US thing. I said if it's not spray insulation. This is rolled insulation.
Yeah, this is like the Pink Panther stuff that they used to have commercials for in the 80s.
Yep, the Pink Panther insulation. I guess
At
it was
least they
Pink
have
Panther.
that in New York. I don't know if that's an everywhere thing.
But a lot of places now use this spray insulation because it's easy and it adheres to surfaces really well and it just stays stuck there. So there's no worry about like the insulation shifting around or bunching up in places and, you know, drafts happening because the insulation's bunched up in one area. Yeah, Rings was way better because I watched Rings and I liked it. Therefore, it was better. I thought Rings was really good. Wow, is that how small it's got to be?
I mean, this is. You still got plenty of that. I'm just.
Yeah, no, I meant like on the page. Is that like on the pre-launch pages?
I have to.
This
yeah, it's a whole. I'm concentrating on maths right now.
I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're right. No, you're right. I'll stop bothering you. I'll start bothering people in the chat. So Addie says, in certain formal contexts, it remains an indication of social status that is recognized in order of precedence.
Is this
Esquire? Yeah, he's still on the Esquire thing. Just cool.
Let's figure this out.
We did. I read
let's figure out Esquire. Let's get it done. That damn Esquire's been getting away with lording over the rest of us for too long. Let's figure out exactly what privileges they have.
I'm going to assign Garrett the honorific and send his mail to him. Garrett Gabby Esquire.
Unfortunately, I'm not.
But you're going to be now because it's an honorific. I can honor you rifically. Yep, that's true. That is definitely true. Being down in this basement is hazardous to my health. See how much I love you guys. Streaming from this basement, even though it's bad for me because of the exposed insulation, I suffer to bring you my art. What's that? I don't know. Pete says it is. You could look it up. You have an internet machine over there, right? I have an internet machine. Garrett has an internet machine.
Let's see if that works. Richard.
That would be adding a drop ceiling and making this another room in the house, which would raise our property tax by like 5%.
Or finding another solution. Oh, that Jojo was chewing on the electrical cords. Like it was his ball. But I couldn't see the ball.
So good. He went and got his ball and brought it back to his cage. Or his crate, rather. We have to get him a new bed because he keeps eating his bed. Do you guys ever see dogs do that? Like they figure out that something has a stuffing in it, like a stuffed animal, and then they just become obsessed with pulling the stuffing out. I mean, I guess I can understand, but at the same time, now you're gonna like not have that thing anymore. So like awkward, I guess.
With 600.
We tested for radon.
Yes, we did test for radon. Where is this?
Sorry, in the chat.
Oh, okay. Just be sure there isn't a lot of radon in the garden. Actually, we looked at one house. We looked at a lot of houses before we got this one. But one of the houses that I was considering getting because I was really hungry, and don't make decisions when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers bar.
It was a very pretty house.
Was a very pretty house, but it had tested positive for radon, although within acceptable limits. And Kimmy was worried about it. And so we decided to not go through with that bid, and instead we got this house, which I'm much happier with. So yeah, radon's really common in Connecticut though. Like it's super, super common. Dogs will be dogs. They will. And cats will be cats. Cats are probably a lot easier to manage than dogs. My dog murders his toys.
So the cat, before we got the house, the cat destroyed our furniture.
She did. She destroyed the couch in New York and some of the leather chairs. But that furniture was on its way out anyway, so I didn't really get mad. And now that we have her out here, we have a really cool vet near us and these awesome plastic claw cap things. So we bring her there and they trim her nails and they put on the claw caps, and her nails like grow into the claw caps. And then when the claw caps fall off, it's time to go get her nails trimmed again and put new claw caps on. So she walks around on the hardwood floors. It sounds like she's tap dancing. It's awesome.
And it doesn't hurt her.
And it doesn't hurt her toenails or anything. So we wouldn't get those removed because they actually like clip off the tip of her little finger to remove the actual nail. So she still scratches and she still uses them, but it's like having them coated in really nice acrylic and having them like nubbed in the front. And she still has full claws on her back legs, so she can scratch herself with her back paws just fine. Addie says, I haven't seen any Hobbit movies. That is probably for the better. Shortest book getting 3 movies irked me. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. He might be. He might be on a delay. You could probably drag the cursor bar on your video forward. That happened to me earlier today when I was on Peter's channel. I paused the video for a moment because I was doing something, or Kim was asking me questions and I was answering them. And then I went back and unpaused it. And I must have been like 5 minutes behind because I was answering things in the video that were showing up and realized that. And then I had to fast forward in it. It was a little bit weird.
I want to see how they work. I'm not sure quite exactly.
Garrett's playing with ratios. You are word driving. Yeah. Well, oh man, that's dangerous. Don't do that. Or do that and be responsible. I don't know what responsible is, so I just don't do that. Mostly, actually, I don't drive. I have Kim drive me. I used to drive, but Kim has this thing where she gets like nauseous and nervous if other people are driving in the car, or maybe it's just when I'm driving in the car. I don't know. But as a result, I mostly get to sit in the car and watch videos on my phone and read and play on the internet. And she drives me around. It's great. I call her Jeeves. Don't stream and drive. But did I die? Not to my knowledge, unless you're chatting from beyond the grave. That would be interesting. I would have a lot of questions for you. I'm sure a lot of people would. You'd be very popular on the internet. It is now haunted by Addie. Yep, we're being stream haunted. I don't know how to get Garrett to share his screen again.
Let me upload all of
them. Yep.
And then we'll go to the preview.
You're not trying to share my screen, are you?
No. Why would I do that?
Are you lying?
Have you met him?
I wasn't, but I am now. No, I'm not going to. It's just an email with images as attachments. It's not interesting enough. He doesn't have any like little naked Japanese ladies dancing on his screen. So it's disappointing. I'm getting tired. Guys, excited for the new Magic the Gathering set that's coming out. Kaldheim. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a good looking set, honestly. I haven't been playing Magic in a really long time since Core Set 2021 came out and they banned all of the cards that I like to play online. So I think I stopped playing Magic since before the pandemic. It's been a year since I touched Magic. But now with Kaldheim, I might be getting back in. So Addie playing some Magic. Peter is showing the ghosts of Addie past, or perhaps Addie future.
We're getting closer.
We are getting closer, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting closer to the pre-launch that we were supposed to do an hour and 23 minutes ago.
One of the images is good. The other two still need tweaking.
So I assume that you heard what Kim said. I really don't feel like repeating it. All right, I'll repeat it. One of the images is good. All of the others still need tweaking. Oh, you guys see my shirt? It's an owl that says no and has a cup of coffee. That is exactly how I feel right now. No coffee. Haven't had it yet.
You had coffee this morning.
I haven't had my evening coffee yet. What's Bonzi Buddy malware? Who is Bonzi Buddy? I do not know. Bonsai Buddy? If you enjoy the stream, please give these hardworking people, indie peeps, a like. I give you guys all likes all the time, so I really appreciate all of the thumbs up.
Thank you.
Really, more than anything, I just appreciate having friends. I don't have those. I have internet compatriots. So I actually feel like I'm having a conversation, even though it's me talking and y'all typing. One of these days, I will open up the StreamYard and have guests on. That's one of the things that I want to do for Featured on the Frequency. Because Featured on the Frequency is almost exclusively crowdfunded content and indie comic content and stuff. I want to have guests on. I think it would be really neat to have people on talking about their stuff. And I know that's pretty common in crowdfunding right now. A lot of people, a lot of channels have people come on and talk about their upcoming content, their upcoming crowdfunders and stuff like that. I want to have people on after their crowdfunders have ended and been fulfilled, and I've had a chance to read them. So I could have the creator on to talk about the product that they made. I think that would be a little bit different because it would require me to actually have backed that person's project and bought it. So I could talk about it, but I back a lot of projects. I do. I back a lot of projects. So I could potentially have a lot of guests, and that would make up a lot of episodes. I think it'd be fun. What do you guys think? Should I do that? I think I should do that. Second breakfast coffee. So funny thing, if I have too much coffee, like anybody else, I get jittery and anxious and all that. And that's one of the contributing factors to that blooper reel you're going to see. I literally could not keep a thought in my head. I had very simple lines, hello world and welcome back to Coffee and Comics, the show where we drink coffee and talk about comics. I'm Aaron, he's Garrett, and today we're going to do stuff. And I couldn't do the intro. I had so much coffee, I just could not keep
he was falling apart. It was kind of hysterical, but like at the same time, I was like, oh, I feel bad for this.
So Addie just said, how can you ignore Phyrexia? We can't. In fact, Vorinclex is in the new set. They reprinted him. Get Kaldheim. He's in there. Super excited. We're the super chat button. We don't have enough subscribers. You need a minimum of 1,000+ subscribers, I think, to have a super chat button, or I think 2,000 to have a join function on the channel. I really wanted to do a join function because I want to put up like little behind the scenes videos that are not really appropriate for our general YouTube audience, which includes kids. So we try and keep it PG-13 or even G-rated, but all the videos of us swearing and doing stuff behind the scenes and going off on rants about how much we hate Marvel and DC. I would like to use that footage and put that out there.
I don't hate my Marvel so bad.
No, Marvel's all right. Marvel is all
don't
right.
Like DC though.
Except the X of Swords crossover. That thing's been
well, the X, dude, even Jerry. I was showing him.
Oh, you showed him X-Men 17 or whatever. Is not good. So have you? No, you read the New Mutants that I pulled for you.
Where is it?
It's over here.
Give it to me. It's so bad. I want to show everyone something completely unacceptable.
New people.
So
hey, Keith Harper's in.
I love the X-Men. I love. But
Mark, I was just talking about your campaign.
This is unacceptable, man. There is literally at the end of this book, the artist just copy pastes the same.
Scroll up in this chat.
This panel.
Yeah, his friend. His friend is Garrett.
This panel and this panel are literally the same panel, just overused again and again and again. That's like.
Yeah. Honestly, the problem that this book has is it
suffers from many problems.
It suffers from one of readability.
Yeah. Well, that's
Garrett's favorite thing to say, but it's true.
All that aside, using the same fucking panel 4 times over in a row like that is just lazy.
So one of the things that I notice is this. I find this highly unreadable. I understand that we're doing a 9 grid. I get it. 9 grid. But then we have another page.
It's 4 pages of 9 grid.
And then we have 2 more pages of 9 grid.
And
I'm reading this and I'm just like, I'm zoning out reading your comic book. It is so disappointing. Like, I'm thankful we get 1 page where they mix it up. But then they do this. They have these 4 panels here. I'm really bad at being in a mirror.
Honestly,
and then they go back to the 9 grid. I mean, come on. What is this? What is this?
The artist is good. He just doesn't understand how to do transitions. Like, I mean, like, because, like, you know, drawing a good character is only half of it. The other half of it is actually making sure that your panel to panel is readable. And honestly, when you have like 4 pages of 9 grids, so you're just, you know, like wading through 54 panels of the same thing, like it's listening to a metronome. It's really tough.
Yeah, actually, Garrett was relating it to having like it being the drum beats or just like the tempo for a comic book, for the pacing, which is why the readability is such an issue, because if you just have this repetitive rhythm to the panels, it drones on. You've got to switch up that rhythm with larger panels, smaller panels, a different order, numbers per page, to give it a feeling of dynamism. And it doesn't have that, so it's boring. Garrett, it's called Meeting the Deadline. In case you didn't know, Peter's letting you know. It's called Meeting the Deadline. Is it though?
You know what? I
think it's called being lazy.
I can appreciate that, but when you're working on a Marvel comic for X-Men, like, man,
they do publish very regularly.
I'm just saying, there's no
doing a bi-monthly comic. We actually raised that issue
if that's
in the video.
It doesn't matter if that's the. I mean, if Marvel wants to have the gravitas that they think they have, then they should be putting out good books, and that's the bottom line. And it breaks my heart because, like, that was.
Can you guys say, election? I've been waiting to do that for a while.
Stop.
Election. I think I'm funny. See, this is why I need an editor in real life to be like, dude, no, enough with the jokes. The jokes are bad. Stop.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's one of those comic series that I grew up with and that is really close to my heart. And, you know, I definitely they should know better by this point. And, like, that's not acceptable. You could do so many other things. Or you can even just give me one panel of that instead.
You could do this.
You're just picking up things and showing it to the camera now.
Things that are on the table.
I like lamp.
that is in my bio. It is in my bio.
Where'd you get a grenade?
And Brick.
Where'd you get a grenade?
Brick. Yeah, right. Where did you get the grenade? How the file's coming. How the file's coming.
I keep on getting distracted by
talking
by you and the people.
Okay, so for those of you that are joining us late, our pre-launch was supposed to go up an hour and 30 minutes ago. We've been having technical difficulties launching the page because even though
it's not really technical difficulties. It's just yeah. Right now, it's just a matter of getting the ratios on the images correct so that they look all right.
I consider those technical difficulties.
Well, we're gonna figure it out for a desktop, and then you're gonna look at it on a phone. It's gonna be all jacked up, anyways.
Well, that's the way it is on Indiegogo, just for being on Indiegogo, isn't it? It's their format for their mobile.
No, just multiple devices is just always a pain in the butt.
We fixed that with our website. Our website works just fine on mobile. Yeah, we actually had to provide additional architecture for the website in order for it to run well on mobile. Speaking of, I got to update that website. Another thing I've been lazy doing, and I probably should write another blog post. I think the last one I put up was in August. It's now January. Yeah, I'm due for another blog post. Erection. Right.
It's gonna look really cool once it's
Fair.
up, though.
They keep telling you it's going to look really cool when it's up. I think now we're overhyping. So when it goes up and you guys are like, oh yeah, it's great. You know, it would have had a much bigger impact if we told you guys it's stick figures. It's not even colored.
And I mean,
Change the resolution. Change the rest of the
No, you can't go back now. You can't tell them it stinks now. Then they'll call you liars. You know, they'll say you guys are liars. You told us it was good. Then you told us it was bad. Now we're looking at it and it's only okay. Get it right. Get your story straight before you tell us to give you money. Right? I mean, that's what I always assume you guys would say.
Yeah,
sensible.
That's exactly what it would be. 40.
So this was the coffee that we drank on stream. It's called Drink Coffee, Destroy Everything. And I wanted to. I very much wanted to.
You really are just picking things up.
I am just doing. This is our new mic that we got for streaming. We can only use it when we stream because when we are on video, we're on the Lumix with the shotgun mic. I'm just picking things up to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, I stream of consciousness. You want me to just talk about whatever comes into my head first?
Well, what are you actually playing around with it?
What's in my head right now?
Yeah,
Bad memes. Bad memes are in my head.
There we
go. Any of the meme series are currently playing in my head. That or one of the rejected cartoons. Because that's kind of always
was the rejected
always
with
on loop. Yeah, my spoon is too big. That's in the back of my mind. Yeah,
fair enough.
That and I am the Queen of France. Watch me shoot bees out of my nipples.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Right, it is. It is. How do I share my screen with people?
You hit share screen.
Apparently, there's a button to do the thing that I want to do. We're gonna watch a rejected cartoon because I feel like it.
If that's where we're at, I think we might want to just end it at this point and get this up.
Bye, Addie.
Addie's peacing out. Bye. Oh, he's going on a date. Good luck, bro. Don't.
Never mind.
All right. Excuse me while I check to see if this works.
Yeah, okay. Like, good luck on the date, though. Not like with the good luck.
It's the same girl.
So
yeah, don't bring us up. We're a turnoff.
Something new.
What's the art behind you? Oh, so this art, really cool. Thanks for asking. This is art inked by a really, really great artist named Peter Palmiotti. If you didn't know, you guys should go check out his channel over at Peter Retro Palmiotti on YouTube and stuff. I think we could put information in the description below. Can we edit videos after the fact, or do you have to put that in before you post the stream? I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. He's right. I am a boomer. I'm a Gen X boomer. But this art was fantastic. We found it off of Peter's online catalog, and he was nice enough to let us pick it up from him. So we hung it in our studio. I think at some point it might get cycled out for some of the older stuff that we had on the walls, but I'm so thoroughly satisfied with that. I don't know if you can see him. That Exo Manowar that is going above my desk, along with the Jonah Hex. And I know that's Doug Tenapple's character. I forget what he's called. And the eagle with the axe. I mean, these were all just fantastic pieces. And if you guys didn't know, this one right here, this is the Commie Mark cover that was done by Captain Fuckhead before he died. I haven't put that in a permanent home yet. Like I said, if we finish the basement, our property taxes go up 5%. So, there's got to be a spot in the house to put it. Let's talk about surreal names and their effects and radiations onto writers at the Big Two. What names are surreal memes? I'm tired and I read that wrong. What?
So,
am I over in words?
No. We lose the top
of her face.
Her head. Are you okay with that? Garrett said he's okay with it. And this all looks really good, I think. And then
I changed it so that we see two
over.
Kind of like that.
Are you satisfied with the pre-launch page?
Yeah, I am.
Garrett is satisfied with the pre-launch page. Would you rather her face be there?
That's up to you.
I'm okay with it because the fact that it cuts off right at her lips,
and I like lips,
and you get lips and cleavage, which are the most important parts to see. So.
Could ask them.
I'm gonna clip that. Just...
Why don't you ask
guys, all right, guys. Hey, give me the here.
No,
chat decides. Chat is going to decide.
Yeah.
So this is currently the banner for MAVRICS. Do you see how Teresa's face gets cut off at the lips? We have the rest of her head, and we could do more work to try and figure out a way to compress the image smaller so that her head is in the frame, or we could leave it the way it is. What does chat think? Chat, you let me know, and we'll we'll take it under advisement and probably do what you tell us, because I can't think of my. Yeah, that's right. Bigfoot Bill, Doug Tenapple. Speaking of Doug Tenapple, have you seen his channel lately? That boy crazy. Yeah, Captain Fuckhead did die. I think Commie Mark had him either sent to the gulag or shot by a firing squad or something, but it did happen, unfortunately. We lost him this year. You prefer hidden eyes, says Jake Twister. It's because he doesn't like to look women in the eye.
No, I honestly, I don't think it's
done is better than perfect, is what Frank says. I think they want off this stream.
Honestly, Salazar
post now, fix later. I would, Keith. Unfortunately, on the pre-launch page for Kickstarter, you can't. I'm sorry, for Indiegogo, not for Kickstarter. On the pre-launch page for Indiegogo, you can't edit anything. Once it's up, it's up. You can't touch it. I think the same is true for Kickstarter, but Kickstarter's only up for 30 days, and Indiegogo lets you be up for 6 months. So we're launching the pre-launch for Indiegogo first. That's what's going on tonight. It's cool as is launch page. All right, Kim, click the big red button.
Okay, we're going.
I'm going to drop a link in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop my first link in the chat and not show them the rejected cartoons.
Yeah, because they could do that on their own.
We're waiting. It's almost time.
Oh, we're almost there.
We're almost there.
Ready? Here we go.
Here we go. Kim's pushing the button. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Refresh, refresh, refresh. Refresh. Refresh.
You're gonna break your computer doing that.
My computer's
I appreciate the advice though of it's better to get it up and have it there than to just be pulling your hair out over it's not going to be finished all day. I like that.
Yes, but it's not showing up on Indiegogo. Oh my God, it did. I wanted to find it myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you our pre-launch page. Wait, is that a link? I didn't post it as a link, did I? God damn it. How do you put links in this damn thing? Yeah, but can you click on it? Can you click on it? Are you clicking? Does it click?
Yep, it brought me right to it. Oh, her head shows up on mobile.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nothing's there on the desktop, right? Her entire head is gone. Oh, that's terrible. But I mean, no, cleavage is cleavage.
That's all right.
Cleavage is as cleavage does.
Honestly, that image is okay too because it's background and grayed out, and you're really looking at these images here, right?
Oh, why did it move again on the desktop where you lost her lips? It didn't look like that in preview.
I'm okay with that.
Garrett's fine with it, and we're all fine with it because now we have our page up and pre-launch is done, and we've got 6 months to fulfill our campaign, and we'll probably do it in less. But I'm going to sign up right now and be one of those people to get a free sticker.
Hey guys, well thank you everybody out there for hanging out with us and suffering through us trying to figure this out. It's a whole new experience for me to try and juggle talking to people, which is why Aaron does most of the talking, and drawing and resizing image resolutions so they look right online. But thank you for sticking it out with us. Hopefully we'll just get better and better at this as we get closer to actually the proper campaign. You know, I'm going to be excited to work on more pages and have people get to see some of the previews and whatnot. But thanks y'all for joining, and yeah, sign up and let people know.
Get your sticker. You want that sticker. It's going to be super cool.
Yeah,
absolutely super cool. All right. I think that's where we're going to call it. Probably this video is probably going to be on the page. So yeah, if we can edit stuff, we'll put stuff in the description.
Yeah.
And thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.